This conference will now be recorded. This conference will now be recorded.
So good morning, all of you. So in last session, I just give a brief of what is front end, what is back end. I mean, what are the courses available in the front end, what is the courses available in the back end, right? So okay. Anyhow, today also some new people are there. Let me write. So quickly, what is a front end development? Otherwise, I have already in my desktop. Where is this courses.txt? Yeah. 1 minute. Let me show you what are the courses we have. I mean, in the full stack development, in the front end development, if you can see, guys, this is going to be UI development or front end development. If anybody there, sir, I am here to learn just a front end development, just a UI development, and this is going to be the courses you are having inside of it. Okay, right? If anybody want to go for full stack development, and these are the things available in the full stack development. Okay, so try to see, this is the thing I mentioned here. Three best things here for freshers. For freshers అయితే two things అండి I want to mention. These first two are best for freshers అండి. First two are the best for freshers. Java is also, I'm not saying that Java is not there. Java is also second best for you. As a freshers point of view, I'm not talking the popularity wise. Popularity wise, Java is very good, Python is very good. But as a fresher's point of view, to get the job, what are the best things? And you can choose anyone inside of it. First priority, as of my knowledge, try to provide Node.js is the first priority. Second priority for PHP. Third priority for Java. As a fresher, to get the job quickly. So, and this is enough for me. But today I'm telling you, in your resume, if you just have two skills like JavaScript and React.js, is enough to get the job. In your resume, there should be two skills. One is JavaScript, one is going to be React.js. React is one of the emerging technology in the market right now. Believe me or not, in the 2020, it is a pandemic completely, right? At the time and day, we have a lot of openings on React.js. If you know the basic of React, you select it. That much demand was there for the React.js in 2020, but slowly demand is increasing. Demand is increasing, but at that time 2020, if you just know basics, you selected. But today, not basics. You should know some good knowledge in React.js. But remember, if you want to know React.js, some people asking the question, sir, can I learn React.js directly? No way, you cannot learn React.js directly. If you want to learn React.js, first you should know JavaScript very well. If you know JavaScript very well, then only we can go for React.js, or then only we can go for Angular, then only we can go for Node.js or anything. And JavaScript is the father of front-end technologies like Angular, Node.js, and Vue.js. If you know very well about the father, automatically children's becomes easy. So this is a very important thing, and it is not directly we cannot learn React.js. Many of the people are asking me, sir, my brother said React.js is very good in the market. My uncle said React.js is very good in the market. Can I learn directly? No way, you cannot learn directly. First of all, you have to complete JavaScript properly and thoroughly. Not 10 days, 15 days JavaScript. At least see, in our session, we are spending 45 to 50 days to learn JavaScript only. To learn JavaScript, React.js again 30 days. These two are taking a month of time, almost 3 months of time, right? So 2.5 months or somewhere around, React.js and JavaScript only taking, and remaining won't take much time. 20 days is enough for this. 20 or 25 days is enough for HTML and CSS and Bootstrap. But the thing is here, as a developer, I am telling you, not as a trainer, wherever you go, if you are thinking that you want to learn React.js, you should have a strong knowledge in JavaScript. Keep it in mind, not the basic knowledge. Everybody say, do you know JavaScript? Yes, I know JavaScript, sir. That JavaScript doesn't require. You should have a strong real-time JavaScript. You should require. See, we are discussing, Andy, believe me or not, in the 11 a.m. JavaScript is running present. Believe me or not, Andy, we are discussing a concept arrays in JavaScript. Arrays in JavaScript almost all 8 days completed in. ఇంకా arrays complete కాల 8 days. Last 8 days onwards, we are discussing arrays. Only one concept. Why should I discuss these many days? 1-2 days is enough to discuss the arrays, you know. But we should give you real-time scenarios in the arrays. If you can understand arrays properly, React becomes easy, Angular becomes easy, Node.js becomes easy. Because arrays is the heart of frameworks only. Heart of frameworks. So that's the reason we are discussing much. It's not completed. Maybe 2 more days will take to complete this arrays concept in the 11 a.m. batch. So we want to provide an in-depth knowledge on JavaScript. And if you are good in JavaScript, I think I'm sure you can survive everywhere, wherever you want, whatever you want to learn, any frameworks. And I want to tell you one thing. Remember, tomorrow, if you want to learn React.js, or if you want to learn AngularJS, or if you want to learn Node.js, or Vue.js, and D3.js, Backbone.js, like this, we have a lot of Next.js, EXT.js. Like this, we have a lot of things are there. Any JS you want to learn, first, what is required? JavaScript is required. Without JavaScript knowledge, you cannot go for it. In this, what are the popular? And the first 4 frameworks are very, very popular. Libraries or frameworks. The first 4 I selected here, right? They are very popular. As a fresher, you should know at least one inside of it. If you know 2, very happy. I told you, right? Adding multiple skills to your profile is added advantage to you. When our experience is increasing, our skill set also should get increased, right? So I'm telling you, React, Angular, Node, Vue, anyone you should learn, must and shouldly. But for this, you should know what? JavaScript first. If you have strong knowledge in JavaScript, they can become very easy, right? Okay. Anyhow, that's the reason we are spending 40 to 50 days around to complete this JavaScript only. To complete this JavaScript only. So we want to give you an in-depth knowledge completely in the JavaScript with real-time scenarios, not the basic scenarios. That's why it is taking that much time for me to complete the JavaScript. And okay, it's not a problem. Don't worry. Okay, these are for the new people who came today, guys. These are the front-end development. This is the full stack development courses. Right now, my suggestion as a developer, I'm telling you, not as a trainer. So these are the best things for freshers. And this is also only. This is also these 4. You choose anyone in these 4. They are best for freshers. You want me to recommend me what is the top, sir? Ante I can tell you the first thing Node.js, and the second thing is going to be second priority for PHP, third thing is for Java. That much openings are there for freshers. And believe me or not, is skill meda in this skill right now we have openings in my company. We have openings in my company. The person should know PHP. In PHP, you should know one framework. Laravel is a framework, is their PHP framework, and the front end React.js with PHP, React.js with Laravel. This skill is required. My HR is calling us. She is saying that, is there anybody experienced or freshers you send me? We will see the interview. Something they are saying that the skill, that much demand is there for that. And the next one is going to be this is also the high skilled thing. But Java I know that lot of competition is there. For freshers point of view, we can see lot of competition, time taken. At least it will take 6 to 7 months or 8 months to complete the whole Java package, and this will take 3 months around. So this will take 3+ months. This front end development completely, I'm telling you, 90 days or 100 days, somewhere around it will take to complete this course. 105 days or somewhere around to complete this course it will take. But this is not. But here, this Node.js 4+ months around, PHP 5+ months around, but Java I don't know how many days it will take. Okay, it will depends upon learning. Okay, don't worry about it, right? So finally, today our agenda is what? We should know how a web application is created. So some of you are here to become a full stack developer. Some of you are here to become a front end developer or UI developer, anything, whatever it may be, right? So how a web application will be created? In this web application creation, what is our role and responsibility we should talk about? Okay, tell me one thing. You are learning UI development, or you are learning front end development, or you are learning full stack development. After completing this full stack development, what are you going to become? Tell me please. What are you going to become? Ante what type of applications you are going to create? Ante ultimately web applications, right? So why are you here? Ante you are here to learn full stack development. By completing the full stack development, you are going to create or develop web applications like Facebook, Twitter, YouTube kind of applications you are going to create. by learning this course. This is our agenda. Okay, how a web application is created ante, remember, if you want to create any kind of web application or website, anything, website or web application, both are same andi, right? Okay, Facebook kind of application or a YouTube kind of website or anything you want to create, remember, it is a combination of content designing. Remember, if you want to create one full-fledged dynamic web application, static ante, the content of the website will never change. Dynamic means the content of the website will always changes or same changes. If the content of the web is changing, that is dynamic website. If the content of the web is not changing, that is going to be static application. Are you here for static application or dynamic application? Some people may be here for static, some people may here for dynamic application. Dynamic applications who will create? As a full stack developer, you can create dynamic application. As a front end developer, I can create static applications. Okay. Anyhow, let me give the clarity. This is going to be front end development. This is going to be back end development plus one database and so if you want to create a dynamic and full-fledged web application, you should use these things and it is involved front-end designing involved, front-end development involved, back-end development and one database. At the end of the day, data should be saved in database, data should be come from the database, right? For example, you are creating an account. If you are creating an account where the data should be saved, your username and password and everything should be saved in database, right? One database is required. If you want to create any kind of web application, it is involving the following steps and front end designing, front end development and back end development. So this is all going to be called as what? If you can see, if you can ask me, this is going to be full stack development. And if you want to become a full stack developer, so you should know all these things, Andy. Full stack developer, if you want to become, so this is all the things you should know as a full stack developer. So this is going to be, you should know. As a full stack developer, what you can do, you can create a perfect dynamic web applications you can create. So who is a full stack developer? The people who knows designing, development, backend development and database knowledge, he is called a full stack developer, right? So anyhow, if you want to create one web application, the web application is a combination of designing and development and backend development and database, right? Finally, okay, if you can see, facebook.com is dynamic or static? Dynamic application. Every day content of the Facebook will changes. So now you see, what are the front end designing technologies they used ante HTML, CSS and HTML is used for creating the structure, CSS is used for designing the document. Facebook side by side ravali. So they have to become one by one. Top header, bottom footer, left side something, right side something, middle of some content should be there. How can we align this? How can we design this? And by using CSS, right? Okay. The front end designing technologies are CSS. What are the front end development technologies? And must and should be JavaScript and without JavaScript nothing is there. In any front end development application, there should be JavaScript. Whatever it is, Google or anything. Today I'm telling you, if you are learning any technology like Java, .NET, Python, everybody will prefer you. First of all, you should have this knowledge. Without this knowledge, you cannot do anything. So JavaScript, and they use React.js also, and React.js they use it, right? So what is the backend development technology? Do you know inside of it? This is going to be PHP. The database may be MySQL. So these are all the technologies they use, and designing technologies will come here. This is the development technology, front end development. This is going to be back end development. Database also will call back end development only. It will be called under back end development only. For example, so this is now you can go for irctc.co.in something. This is also one website only. I know this website. So this website is available in HTML and CSS. Front end is common, right? Remember, and this is going to be JavaScript only. Remember, without JavaScript, 100% there is no web. We cannot imagine without JavaScript there is no web. So that JavaScript is common. What is the development technology? They used Angular only. What is they used here? Angular. And what is the backend? Do you know? The backend programming they used Java. Java package they used only. Database maybe Oracle. I'm thinking. So ORACL Oracle something they use it like this. So మీరు ఇప్పుడు అమెజాన్ చూడొచ్చు, AMAZA. Amazon తెలుసు కదా, everybody know amazon.co.in, everybody know. So this Amazon is created in must and should what front end is going to be HTML, CSS. Without this there is no web. What is the front end development technology they used here? 100% JavaScript. What they used here, do you know anybody? I'm thinking they use React JS here also. Today 80% of the web is using JavaScript and React, and JavaScript and React, 80% of the web they are using in the front end development. So this is going to be the backend .NET only for this. I'm thinking this is going to be .NET package, and database may be SQL Server. So this is going to be SQL Server, something like this. I'm writing. See, they're all the websites: Facebook, Twitter, Gmail, Google, LinkedIn. All are the websites. All websites are developed in same technology. No, their backend technology is completely different. But front-end technologies, you see, there are three technologies that are common for every website. That is going to be HTML, CSS, JavaScript is common. That's why everybody is saying that whenever you are learning Java, .NET, Python, not only here, you go anywhere. Whenever you are learning any technology, first they will ask you, you should know HTML, CSS, JavaScript. That is importance. That is the importance of this. So 100% without these three, we cannot imagine a web. To construct a home, we need bricks and pillars, basement. Without bricks and pillars and basement, can we imagine a home? In the same manner, the bricks and the pillars and the basement is everything is going to be for every website is going to be these three technologies. Without these three, there is no web. That's why, as the basic knowledge, every developer should know this skill only, right? Okay. What is designing? And who will call designer? And who is the developer? What is the role and responsibility of a front end development? What is the roles and responsibility of a back end development? Right, so let me show you one small form to you. Maybe you will get an idea. Okay, try to see all of you now. I'm running one local application. Don't worry about this application. Localhost colon slash yeah, I'm going to create an account. Try to see. Yes, I'm trying to. So this is the form. Okay, what is the form called? Registration form. Tell me please, how can I create these text boxes like username, email, password, confirm password? What technology I have to use? Java, .NET, PHP, HTML. There is only one technology called HTML. You cannot use Java to create this form. You cannot use Python, .NET, nothing. So if you want to create this form, you have to use what? HTML. Form is created. How the form is exactly centered? By using CSS, it was centered. Okay, that we will talk about later, right? What I want to tell you, generally, you are also creating an account in a website. Now you are going to enter some data. Okay, let's enter some data. Oh, this email ID already taken. You see, some suggestion is coming. Email ID already taken. Choose another. I'm not saying that. The system is saying automatically. Okay, let's go for it. I'm taking some mail ID. Is okay? It is available. Let us enter my password. RAM@1234. Capital RAM@1234. As a user, I'm filling the data only. I'm selecting the state also, some state, whatever it is going to be. Now I'm submitting it. All of you observe this carefully. What happened? I don't know. After submitting the button, what happened? We don't know. Finally, we got one message. What is that message? Thanks, your account created successfully. Something you will got a message and it. See, try to see now. I'm submitting the form. After submitting the form, what is going to be happen? Can you see now? It is loading. Can you see? It is loading. Wait for a second. Finally, you see now. What is the message I am getting? Account created. Unable to send activation link. Contact. Okay, that's not a problem. Account is created. Account is created. Where is the data? You entered some data, right? Where the data went, do you know? You entered some password. You entered some username and email. On submit, I don't know what happening. Something was loaded, and after that, I am getting a success message. Account created. Account created. But my question is here now. Where the data went? You entered username and password and state and gender. Everything you entered. Where the data went? Are you able to see that? What are you able to see? You are able to see the form. See, I am not entering anything, Andy. If you are not entering anything, and if you can submit this, what is going to be happen? Oh, some kind red color messages are coming. Username required, email required, password required. Some messages are coming like this. If you entered data, where data went. If you didn't enter and if you submit, what is going to happen? This is giving some error messages, right? Why these error messages are coming? Ante some required fields are there. You have to fill them. Without filling them, you cannot go forward. That's why you are getting error messages. Okay, let us assume you entered the data valid. On submit, where the data went. I want to know this. On submit, where the data went. Are you able to see that? No, we are unable to see that. What you are unable to see, that is called backend technology. What you are able to see, that is called front end technology. What is front end development? And what you are able to see always, that is going to be called front end development. What you are unable to see, back end low, something was happened on submit the button. I don't know what happened. I was unable to see. Something happened in my back end, so I was unable to see. That the process is going to be called backend technology. But I want to explain you how this form will be processed by the server with the diagrammatic approach now. Let us create a small diagram for giving you better clarity. After submitting the form, where the data went, we are unable to see, right? Let us go and explain you diagrammatically. This diagram will give you a clear idea to you. Let us open paint. By going to the paint, I will explain you how this is going to be works with you, right? So let us assume I'm going to create a small environment, and this is, let us assume this is a form. Let us assume, let's have some name also. This name is going to be register.html file. What is the file name called? Register.html. I just want to take something called register.html is a file. Let us assume in this register.html you are having some fields like username. Let us assume, guys, all of you, this is going to be email, this is going to be mobile, password, email, something I'm taking. Okay, let's have some 4 fields, and finally we have a submit button. Try to observe this diagram carefully so that you will understand అసలు ఏం జరుగుతుంది, what is happening in the back end, what is happening in the front end, what you are able to see, what you are unable to see. On submit the button, where data went, that's what we are talking about now diagrammatically. So this diagram will give you what is your role and responsibility also. Okay, these are the labels. This is going to be username. Let us take, this is going to be email. You take, this is going to be something called password. This is going to be mobile. I'm taking like this, and finally this is going to be a register button. Let's have something called register button. Generally, what do you do in the form just now? You did, you're entering some data. Okay, let's enter some data. Some mail.com. This is going to be some password. This is going to be some mobile number we are entering, something, whatever it is going to be. 1 minute, please. All of you mute your headsets online. 1 minute. 1 minute. Let me mute the headsets, please. Please mute your headsets once you join, so that session is recording, right? Okay, fine. Thank you. So this is the data you entered, and once you submit this form, what happening behind the scenes earlier, you see, we don't know what happened. We got success message. What is our ultimate goal here? Once you enter the data should be saved in database, and let us assume in the right side I'm going to mention some database at the completely right side corner. Now you people can see this. Now I'm just going to move something, guys, here. This is going to be something, I just want to take it. Let us make something proper way. Okay, let us assume this is going to be my database. What is the database name? MySQL or Oracle? Don't worry about this diagram. So, oh my god. Okay, something, whatever it is going to be. Let me name it as MySQL database. Ultimate goal is what? Whatever the data you have entered in the form, guys, all of you try to see. On submit the form, I just want to collect the data. What is our agenda? On submit the form. When you are submitting, that data should be saved into MySQL. This is our goal. This is our goal. I told you, any data you're entering in the form or anywhere, that should be saved in database. This is MySQL database. Tell me one thing. This is a HTML, register.html, that is MySQL database. By using HTML, can I insert the data into database directly? Is it possible? By using HTML, can we insert the data into database? Impossible or possible? Highly impossible. Highly impossible. If that is possible, if HTML can able to communicate with your MySQL database, we don't want to learn Java, .NET, Python, PHP. Doesn't require. Learn HTML, learn MySQL. We can create Amazon, Flipkart kind of applications we can create. That is impossible. Then what is our ultimate goal? The data you are entering in the form has to save it in database, and it has to save it in database. How can we save this data into database? That's the question, right? We know that. Now we are concluding that by using HTML, you cannot save the data into database directly. Then how you will save the data into database directly? Can we save directly? It is impossible. So remember, this data cannot send it to database, and that's the reason you are introducing one layer. So the data should send it to this layer. What this layer will do, you have to send the data to here. What this will do, this will send our data to database, and this is going to be what exactly will happen. So we cannot send the data directly to database. So is it possible to send the data to database directly from HTML to MySQL? Highly impossible. So that's the reason on submit the form, you are sending the data to one box. What is this box? What it is going to be called? This is going to be called what? I'm writing this is going to be called backend. That is going to be called backend. So this backend, or you can call this as a server side programming. What is this going to be called as? Server side programming. We can call like this also, server side programming, or backend programming, or server side programming. What are the backend technologies we are having? Backend technologies are server side programming. You can use PHP, you can use Java, you can use .NET, you can use Node.js, you can use Ruby on Rails, you can use Python with Django, something you can use. And remember, a HTML file can communicate with backend programming but not with database. Who can communicate with the database always? A backend technology will always communicate with the database, not the front end technology. A front-end technology will never communicate like React, Angular, JavaScript will never communicate to your database directly. So always React, Angular will send a request to backend technology. That backend technology will communicate with the database. Backend technologies are what? Java, .NET, Python, PHP, Node. Anything you can go for it. So these are the backend technologies. So here, what we have to do, for example, Java. What are the steps you have to write? First of all, we have to collect the form data. The steps you have to write: collect the form data. After collecting form data, we have to validate the data also. Validate the data. After that, connect to DB, connect to database. As a fourth step, you have to insert the data into table, insert the data. And finally, as a fifth step, what are you going to do? You are going to display a success message. Just now you got a success message. Account created something, right? The success message. See, a HTML file will never do this job and directly. So HTML file will always send the data to server. Server is the only person who can communicate with the database. You want to get data or you want to insert data. First of all, you have to send a request to server. Anything you want to do, you want to update, delete, truncate, or anything you want to do, you have to send a request to server. Server only can perform this operation, not the front end technology. Not the front end technology. That's why if you are a front end developer, you can create a static web applications only, not dynamic application. Dynamic means there should be database. Who will communicate with the database? Front end or back end? Back end technologies only communicate with the database, not the front end technologies directly. Even though if you are using JavaScript, if you are using Python or JavaScript or React or anything, you have to send a request to server always. So what is the meaning of server here? Java, PHP, .NET, or server-side programming, or backend programming, or anything backend technologies, all are called as this is. Some people will call, do you know server-side programming? People will say, do you know backend technologies? And people, backend. But some people will call you, do you know server-side? Backend, server-side, all are same. Okay, now what is the backend? What is the server side? And both are going to be all come under backend, right? Okay. Now this is the thing, Andy. So this form is created by using what? HTML and by using CSS. If you want, you can use Bootstrap also for designing this form. Bootstrap also we can use. Anyone you can use. We can use pure HTML, CSS, or you can use Bootstrap also for designing this form. Okay. I'm able to see HTML, CSS, Bootstrap here. I'm able to see any one of the backend. Don't use all. Submit the form to server ante, Java ante, you will write the 4 steps on here. 5 steps. Collect form data, validate form, connecting to DB. These are steps you have to implement in Java. If you know PHP, implement those steps in PHP. If you know Node.js, implement those steps in Node.js only. We are not going to write all the technologies there. Any one of the technology you have to choose for collecting or processing the form data. Not all the technologies only. Okay, now right. This is clear. Okay, I'm able to see HTML, CSS. I'm able to see MySQL database. I'm able to see some backend technology. Where is JavaScript, React JS? I didn't see. Are you able to see anywhere? First of all, I want to give you one clarity what this JavaScript and these technologies will do. Okay, let me give you one small clarity. So localhost, I'm just going with one application and right, try to see now. Just I'm going to show you one environment to you. See, this is one web page we created recently for a customer. Okay, now you see when I'm clicking the login button, you see now what is happening? A pop-up is open. What happening? A pop-up is opening. I'm not entering anything. I'm submitting. Okay, please entered registered email ID. If I click this, what is happening? Closing. Okay, on click pop-up is opening. On click pop-up is going. Generally, what these are called ante interactions on a web page. What are you doing? You are interacting with an element. On click the button, on interact with the button, pop-up is opening. On interact with the button, pop-up is closing, right? Okay, you people see this now. If you can go like this bottom, there is a gallery. If I click this gallery, what happening? Oh, you see gallery is opening. If I click the next button, next image. If I click the previous button, previous image is coming. So now you see there is some video gallery is there. Now this is the video gallery. Click on the video gallery. It is also same working like this. Now you people see, yeah, it is also working like the same. Video gallery is also working, right? So what are these called? You people see there is some scrolling. Now you see now. So if I click this, the images are scrolling. What are all these called? Ante, they are all called interactions. They're all called interactions on a web page. These interactions are implemented by using JavaScript or React.js or AngularJS or Vue.js. They're called interactions. How you will implement these interactions? On click the button, opening a pop-up. On click the button, closing a pop-up. This is the pure concept of JavaScript. Pure concept of JavaScript. But in this context, in this diagram, how can I use JavaScript? Here you can use JavaScript for validations and so what I want to do, let me terminate the connection. So I'm not sending the data, I'm stopping this Sunday. Okay, try to see. Now I stopped everything. There is no direct connection now. You see this HTML form is never connecting to your server directly. What I am doing, I'm introducing one middle layer. The middle layer is going to be called what? JavaScript. Now you see the register.html sending request to JavaScript. JavaScript is sending request to server. The communication, right? See, first step what? HTML. Second step what? Front end development. Third step is going to be back end development. So in this form, what I will do, remember, I'm just going to on submit the form, I will validate the form and validate the form. Valid email ID entered, valid mobile number entered, valid password entered, password uppercase, lowercase, one number, one digit. Right. So I have to validate the form. If a form is valid, if the form is valid, okay, if you entered valid data, if you entered invalid data, then what we will do? See, if you entered valid data, then I will send the request to server directly. If you are invalid data, again I will go to the form. I will validate the form. I will display error messages. Earlier you got error message on submit the button, you got all errors, or you went to server. See, without entering any data, if we can submit, can I go to server? Can I save the empty record? No, you have to enter some data. So see, this is all done by using JavaScript. See, this validation logic you can write by using JavaScript, or you can write by using React.js, or you can use AngularJS, or you can use Vue.js, or anything you can use, and not all, anyone, not all, anyone you are going to use here. Remember, in this backend also only one technology you are going to use. In the front end also only one technology. In this front end development, are you going to use only one? HTML CSS must, or Bootstrap, anyone you have to use here. HTML CSS is must, right? You can use Vue.js also. This is going to be called Vue.js. So what it is finally, if we can say, if we can divide this diagram into three partitions, and it's partition 1, this is going to be partition 3. Three partitions. So what people will call this, guys, this is going to be called as front end designing. So the people who knows HTML and CSS Bootstrap very well, he is called a front end designer, only designer. You are a designer. The people who knows, so this is going to be what it is going to be called, this is going to be called front-end development. A front-end developer will always implement interactions on a web page, validations of a form, and this type of works will done by the front-end developer. And on click the hide button, on click the show something. So these are done by using in the front-end development. What type of works we can have? See, this type of sliders implementation, this type of slider implementation. So this type of slider information, on click the opening a pop-up, on click the on close something. And when you are working with the sliders like this, on click this is opening a slider. So now you see there is a play button, on click the play button, every 3 seconds key a slide will be moved for every 3 seconds automatically. I'm not clicking next button and the previous button. Who will do this job? Who will do this type of works? And JavaScript, React, Wrangler, or Vue.js. Anyone you can use, not all at a time, anyone. So we can use one more also here. What is the one more here? So inside you can write jQuery also, guys. Here you can write not only JavaScript, we have one more library. jQuery library is also there. You can use anyone to implement such a kind of effects, and these are going to be called come under front end development. And what it is going to be called, the database and everything, I'm going to call it as a back end development. The people who knows PHP and MySQL, Java, Oracle, Node, MongoDB, they are called back end developers. The people who knows only JavaScript and React.js or JavaScript and AngularJS, they call front-end developer only. The people who knows HTML, CSS only, he's called front-end designer. The people who knows all, who is going to be called? He's called a full-stack developer. You are the full-stack developer. I mean, you should know how to create a form, how to design the form, and you should know how to validate the form, and you should know how to save the data into database, how to collect the data, how to save the data into database. So if you know all these processes, you are a full stack developer. I know only validate the form, front end developer. I know only designing the form, front end designer. I know only how to collect the data, how to save the data into database, and I'm just a backend developer. Once upon a time in every company, there are different teams. Only designers separate team, only front end developer separate team, only backend developer separate. And previously hiring was like this: only backend development hiring, only front end development hiring, only front end designing hiring. Hiring will be like this. But today the companies are expecting the people who knows multiple skill. See, if you are going for an interview, sir, I'm a backend developer, sir, I'm going for an interview, and they're expecting other than this what you know. You are a backend developer, Java with my Java with Oracle, you are very good. Other than this, do you know any other like front end development or front end designing? They're asking. That's why I'm telling you today. Everybody, take your time. Don't be hurry. Don't be ran. So try to learn one by one. Don't be learn everything parallelly. Many of the people, they are in the hurry to finish the course. Yes, you can finish the course, but where is the time to practice? Don't be hurry and don't be ran. So try to complete the courses one after another only. My suggestion as a developer, not as a trainer. I'm not saying as a trainer, I'm saying as a developer. So as a developer, we know that what is the important thing. So you have to spend a lot of time to practice all these technologies, Sandy. But at the end of the day, your goal is what? You have to become a full stack developer. Maybe some of the people in the session, they are here to become just a front end developer. But after completing front end development, you have to become slowly full stack. Why? When your experience is increasing, your skill set also should increase. Your skill set is the matter in your resume. Your resume should get some weight. Your resume should get some weight. How resume will get some weight? By adding number of papers. If I have 10 papers in my resume is very more weight kada. No, your resume may be one paper, but it should be more weight. That means what? The skill set, the technologies you know, you have to keep more there in that. That is the weight of the resume, not by adding number of papers. Your skill set should be there, strong skill set. An experienced person also doesn't know these many technologies. True, and really, believe me or not, one of my, I told you or I don't know, one of my previous company, a senior person, he is a designer. He knows HTML, CSS, Photoshop, Corel, he knows awesome in that work. Still, he is unable to get the job. Why? Because he has 10 years experience, but he is not getting calls. Even though he got calls, the salary is not sufficient for him. Why this reason? Ante, he know only limited skill. 10 years experience is not the matter today. Once upon a time, experience is the matter. How many years experience you have, that they will see. But today, experience is not the matter. How good you are, how many technologies you know, that is a matter today. Really, believe me or not, I am saying you in a company because I'm working, right? That's why I'm saying you. If you didn't believe me, you can ask the persons who your friends or relations may be working in a company. Kada. You ask them, they will tell you the importance of multiple skills in your resume, not with one skill. Companies are always expecting multiple skill. Today, some companies are removing their employees. The reason is what you know? They know only limited skills. The people who know multiple skills, they will always survive in the real time. Whatever the hurdles may be in the IT industry, recession, whatever it may be, if you know multiple skills, always it's an added advantage to you. Keep it in multiple skills always resume, and keep this in mind also, not with one technology. Generally what people will say, by learning one two technologies they will cool, they will satisfy. Okay, this is enough for me for my life. Okay, it is a chalta, like this people will say. Elpotu undi, people will say like this. No, IT industry, lot of competition is there today, so you should have multiple skills also. I'm not saying this for your satisfaction. Miku, maybe some people may like this, some people may not like this, but this is the fact in the IT industry right now. The people who knows multiple skills, they're always demandable people. They're always demandable people. At least you should be very good in the technology, Andy. Oh, you know, limited skill, but you should be very good in the technology at least. If you are unable to know multiple skills, you should be very good in this skill, right? Okay. Yeah, guys. This diagram maybe speaks with you. By seeing this diagram, what is the form, how the form is created, how the form is validated or interactions on a web page. At the end of the day, what you are unable to see, the backend we are unable to see, what is happening on submit the form, and we are able to see validations, we are able to see the design, but we are able to see what happened. Can you able to see these 5 steps? No, we are unable to see the 5 steps. Collecting form data, how they collected, how they validated, how they connect to DB, how to insert data, we are unable to see. Whatever you're unable to see, that is backend. What you're able to see, that is going to be called front end, guys, right? Yes. This is all about the flow diagram of a front end development and back end development. Finally, if you want to create a web application, what you have to use? Front end designing, front end development, back end development, one database. If it is involved, then only we can create a full-fledged web application. Full-fledged web application, dynamic web application, we can create like this, guys. Okay, right, check it carefully. So now any doubts you have, let me know, please. And tomorrow we will discuss one important concept, and is security. Some of you are learning full stack. The full stack people should know the concept called security wise. Security wise, which programming language is best? And one more thing I want to tell you, what is a client-side programming? Tomorrow is the last demo, guys. Next session onwards, we will into the sessions. We will start the HTML onwards, right? So client-side programming and server-side programming. I have to talk about these words tomorrow. Server-side programming, because everybody should know these things. And what is a client-side programming? What is server-side programming? Security-wise, which programming language is best? Java, .NET, Python, PHP, Node, Ruby. Okay, that we will talk about tomorrow. Which one is the best? Very interesting session. This is also, we will see. Because see, in the demo, my main intention is what here, I have to give you a knowledge. First of all, you have to know why are you here. Many of the people may not tell you. They will directly start the subject. No, I don't want to be. I have to give you a clarity. Why are you here? What are you learning? By learning this course, what are you going to become? What type of applications you are going to develop in the future? That's what I have to tell you first. After that, we will enter into the subject. See, this course, somebody suggested you. Somebody, sir, my brother suggested, my uncle suggested to learn this course. Okay, they suggested, but it's your responsibility to know why this course, why my brother suggested, why my uncle suggested. You should know this. That's the reason we are just giving you an idea. What is this course? Why this course is? Why we are learning? What type of applications we are going to develop by using this? That's we have to get a clarity. After that, we'll enter into the subject. Okay. Tomorrow also one more demo will be there. That is the last one. And next session onwards, we will be into the subject. Okay. HTML. We will start directly HTML. Right, guys. Any doubts? Carry on, please. Online and offline. If you have any doubts, please carry on. So offline, online people, if you're unable to speak, you can message me in chat window also. And okay, moreover, while you are leaving, please share your number to the management people. They will share you the daily recorded videos. Okay, WhatsApp group, they will add you in the WhatsApp group. They will share the recorded videos. Online people also, please join the WhatsApp group. They shared you the link in the chat window, so please join, go for it. Okay, right. So Venu is asking, what is my company? My company name is Click and Pledge. Click and Pledge is a US based company. Is a company. Click and Pledge. Yeah. Any other questions, please? Okay then. Great. Tomorrow we will see then. If no questions, fine. Anyhow, I will wait for a few seconds. If you have any doubts, please post me or else you can ask me. Classroom people also